My name is Lawrence Njagi, Chairman, Kenya Publishers Association. I'm indeed delighted to welcome you to this year's Nairobi International Book Fair. Indeed, it's the very first time that we are staging the book fair virtually. We are very excited to welcome the guests from across the world, and we are also much more excited to host it virtually. This is the very first time in our 23 years of hosting the book fair that we are holding it virtually. We have an array, a very rich menu of presenters. We are very honored that our guest of honor on the opening ceremony is indeed none other than the Prime Minister, His Excellency Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. The Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is not just another Kenyan, or indeed not just another politician. He is a foremost author of the Flame of Freedom. His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga is a supporter of publishing and has been with us, worked with us, and aided us in ensuring that indeed Kenyan publishing is ahead of the pack. In his capacity as the African High Representative for Infrastructure, we see his presence in our book fair as a major milestone and a major statement to the rest of Africa. We are also excited to welcome none other than the President of the International Publishers Association, Mr. Hugo Stetzer, who has been supporting our publishing for the last couple of years, and indeed his presidency has really focused on Africa in general. We are also excited that Sheikha Boduol Al-Kasmi, the Vice President of our International Publishers Association, will also be making a keynote speech in the opening ceremony. This indeed goes to show that the Nairobi International Book Fair is not just a Kenyan affair, not even an African affair. It is indeed an international affair. We also have very good representations from other very critical players in our industry, especially the Ministry of Education, represented by very senior officials, led by the Principal Secretary for Education in charge of TVET. This is critical because, as you know, we are indeed implementing a new curriculum, and we want to know how do we move from the lower classes, lower levels, into TVET, and how does that impact on the overall development of Kenya as a country. We will also be joined by the ICT CAS Chief Administrative Secretary. We are also going to be joined by the Ministry of Youth, Gender and Culture, because indeed publishing is a cultural affair. We are in charge of ensuring that we propagate our culture as Kenya, as Africans, and indeed make contribution in terms of culture in the world. We'll also be joined by Mr. Sigei, the Executive Director of the Kenya Copyright Board, because indeed copyright is at the heart of publishing, and copyright protection therefore becomes a very important thing as we carry on with our publishing activities. Let me end by inviting you all to enjoy the Nairobi International Virtual Book Fair.